Hello guys, welcome to another haul video. I'm not really sure if you enjoy these type of videos or not, but I just keep doing them because I think it's nice to show you what I got. This one in particular, it's gonna be of almost all of the things I bought when I was in the UK. Not everything, because I've already shown in previous videos other things I got. Like mainly almost all of my favorite things I've got in the UK. I've already shown them in previous videos, in the one of my antique shopping, in all of those antique shopping videos, so there's no really point on showing them twice, which kind of sucks because it's like I'd like to show my Titanic VHS collector's edition and all of these other amazing things. I could show them a million times, but I won't in this video because I've already shown them. So if you guys are interested in the rest of the things, then you can go on the playlist of vlogs and anything that has shopping or haul or anything. That's what I got in the UK. I'm also showing some of the things I got in Italy. I didn't really buy much, but I'm gonna show them anyway. But before I get started with the video, I will leave my Instagram here so you can follow me in case you don't. That's where you'll always see any update from me, and I'd really appreciate it. I also want to say that I'm really sorry about this background. Every time I record a haul, I record it with this white background, and it's just so sad. I'm not a fan of how it looks, but the thing is that I feel like if I record it in any other area of my room, it's kind of like hard to appreciate the object. I feel like in a white background it's easier if, you know, the attention is going to the object. Does that make sense? I don't know. Anyway, I guess I will start showing you what I got. Right, so obviously this is in no particular order, so I'm just gonna start with the first thing I have here, and I got this Toby jug. It's a tiny one. I've seen smaller ones, and when I saw this one, this is of Pickwick. I'm not British, or maybe I'm just not cultured enough, but I didn't know who Pickwick was. Later on I found out who. In case you don't know, Toby jugs are these really old classical cups, jugs. They come in different sizes, and the traditional ones are the full men, and most of the times they have a beer on one hand, and I can't remember what they have on the other one. I'm really sorry, I should have googled this beforehand. Completely forgot. But they have a traditional sort of like look to it. They have a certain position, certain objects, and then there's these ones that are called character Toby jugs. So it's basically just the head of someone famous. I've seen William Shakespeare, I've seen Churchill, I've seen Chaplin, which I showed that in one of my videos. Sadly I didn't got it because it was too expensive, but I got this tiny one. I just loved his face. I absolutely loved it. I don't know, I thought he was so cute, something spoke to me. So I got him. I believe this was £5, and yeah, I'm happy to finally have one because I just think they're so adorable, the traditional ones. The next thing I got was this. This was actually a gift from Mary, and she's so sweet. She has a charity shop, and I love that charity shop, and it was my birthday that day, so she gave this to me because I love everything vintage, and this is perfect because I'm not really sure what the name of this is in English. But yeah, you can just basically put, you know, vases on top, or just whatever, a cup, anything you want. It's just basically a decorative piece, which is just gonna fit perfectly in my room, so I can't wait to place them. The next thing I got was this pin. I bought this because if you've seen my 1940s vlog, I went to this military parade, this weekend celebration based on the 40s, but it's basically a memorial. It's like a memory thing for the soldiers. So, you know, I'm a huge fan, history-wise, of World War I and World War II, everything related. I love it. I've spoken about a lot of war movies here in my channel doing movie reviews. It's probably one of my favorite genres, the war movies, and I mainly got this not only because it's such a lovely pin, but when you bought one, that money was in helping of the veterans. So I thought, like, you know what, this is just the perfect cause, and so I got it. It says all gave some gave all, which is just such a beautiful quote. I love how it has the poppies as well at the bottom and just the soldier, and I'm just really happy with it. The next thing I got, I feel like I'm showing the not so amazing things at the start for some reason, but I'm just grabbing whatever it's near me, and it's this keychain. Keychain of a dice, because I love board games. I thought it was just perfect. I love how it's black, and it was just amazing. I actually won this at a 2p machine in Blackpool. So yeah, that was amazing. That was like, it completely made my day. The next thing I got was this teapot. I love it so much. I can't fully remember how, oh, I remember now, this was £1. Now in the town of my boyfriend, there's this charity shop, which I love, because everything, I swear, everything is £1. £1. I wanted to take the whole store, and so I took this one, and it's just so pretty. It's sort of like a lawyer's thing, like a lawyer's desk, because of what it says on here. It doesn't come with the thingy on here, which was a typewriter, sadly, but it's fine. It was only £1, but it's very weird, because if anyone knows, let me know. This hole is covered with the ceramic, so it's not really functional, is it? Like, I don't fully understand why that's covered. I don't know if it's just a decorative piece, I don't know. I'm planning on maybe putting some flowers or something like that. I'm obsessed, and I can't wait to have like a full collection of these. The next thing I got, this was a gift for my birthday as well. One of my boyfriend's best friends gave this to me. Joe, if you're watching this, Joe, thank you so much. It made me so happy. And it's a vinyl, it's a single for Baby I Love You. I love the Ramones, they're one of my favorite bands, so this just meant a lot. It's actually the only single I own. I own loads of records, probably over 400 records. If you're interested in seeing my record collection one day, let me know. But yeah, this is the first single I got, so really means a lot. The next thing I got was this one. I got it from Mary's charity shop, and this was £9, I believe, but I saw it and I was like, I need to have it. This looks perfectly amazing with my vintage looks whenever I wear the whole vintage thing. These look so fancy with those outfits. Obviously it's a very tiny purse. I mean, you can barely fit anything in it, but it looks so fancy and it's in perfect shape, and I love it. It's my favorite purse so far. It just sucks that, again, it doesn't have a lot of space, but yeah. The next thing I got was this Sherlock Holmes mug. I got this in London at Sherlock's house, at Sherlock's museum, so I got it at 221B Baker Street, and this was so expensive. Still has a price in here, £18. I mean, but I really wanted to take a souvenir from Sherlock's house, so it just says Sherlock Holmes 1881-1904 consulting detective, and on the other side it says we met next day and inspected the rooms at 221B Baker Street, and it's just a lovely cup. The next things I got was, I'm not gonna go into detail on this because I'm gonna make a whole nother video of showing you my vintage board game collection, so won't go into detail, but this is the National Gallery of Art close-up art card games, and it's basically just cards of the art museum. It has two types of cards, so it has some close-ups and it also has some regular ones of the full painting. You can play different types of game with this, including Old Maid, Memory, and so on, so it's really fun. I got this at a charity shop in New York, and it was around, I believe it was like £3. And then I got Pit, and this is one of my all-time favorite games. This is a game that was invented actually in 1903, but my board game specifically is the 1950s edition. It's in perfect condition, it's unreal, and it's such a fun game. It says on the rules that it's like the liveliest game of the parties ever, at least in the 1950s, and I believe them because it's so fun to play. I got this in a charity shop in, oh my god, I can't remember, Skipton. I want to say it was Skipton, and I believe I paid like £1 for it. The other game I got was Framed. This is a game from the 90s. I believe it was 1992. Yeah, 1992, and it's so fun. It's a game of movies. Basically, you have to create your own mystery movie and basically complete a movie before, well, complete the most amount of movies and win by having the most amount of movies. I suck at explaining. And I got this at the £1 charity shop, so obviously this was £1. It's completely intact on the inside, even though the box it's a bit beaten up, but the insides are perfect and it's just such a fun game. The next thing I got, it was this ceramic onion. I love it so much. It's an onion, it says pickled onion, and it's crying. The onion is crying. It's so adorable. I got this at a charity shop and it was like £3, I believe. I just had to get it immediately. It's so lovely. It's one of my favorite things in my room now. The next thing I got was this board game called Bogle. I got this in Manchester in an antique shop. Now I know Bogle is a game that's still around today, as well as Pete, for example, but my version of Bogle is from the 70s. It's from 1978, and oh my god, my boyfriend and me are obsessed with this game. It's such an amazing game. It's so fun to play, and honestly, I've seen recent versions of this game and I just think my version of it is so much better. The design is just, man, there's just something about vintage board games that is just so amazing. The design just gives me so much nostalgia. The back is amazing. So yeah, that cost me around I want to say between £5 and £6. The next thing I got, I also got it at the military parade event thingy, and it's a replica of the newspaper of Victory, the VE Day, Victory in Europe. This was £5, and yeah, I refuse to open it. I don't think I want to open it and ruin it. I would love to take a look at it and read the whole thing, but I refuse to open it. So the next thing I got was a card game from the Wild West. I just loved the design on this. I got this at Clitheroe. I believe it was around £2. I think it was fairly cheap, and I just absolutely love the design of the cards inside. I believe this game is from the 50s, if I'm not wrong. The next thing I got, I think it was Skipton as well, and it's this shirt. This shirt, it's I think it's like a kid's shirt, but it looks so nice. I haven't worn it. It has the price still, so I can tell you it was £3.50, and my boyfriend said like, you should get it because you just love games and this is like a game thing. It's more like a casino thingy, but you know, it gets the vibe. So lovely shirt. I also got this other vintage summer shirt, which I've already worn this. I wore this to LA, but yeah, you kind of get the idea. It's sort of like a crop top and you can tie it up in here. It's flowery design, very pretty. I got this at the £1 charity shop, so obviously it was £1. The next thing I got were these jeans, but it's not really a jean material. I don't like a denim material, sorry. I don't fully know how to explain it. They just have pockets, and here is really wide. It almost looks like, I said this when I bought my pants before I went to the UK, but it's a similar style, but the other one were like lacy pants and this one are like proper sort of jeans, I guess, and they remind me of like Korean street style. So I haven't even worn them, but when I tried them on, they looked amazing. So I'm not proud of how much I paid for that. I was in a really sad mood that day, and my boyfriend took me to go shopping. And I saw them and I was like, I'm gonna take them, and yeah, they were like £22. Maybe it's not that bad, but it is for me considering I'm used to paying like £3 at the most for clothes. Then he spotted this at the men's section and I took it, so it's so cool. It's a shirt with sunflowers of Van Gogh. You know that Van Gogh is my favorite painter. I love him so much, and it's really pretty. It cost, it doesn't have the price now, I believe it was like £10 at the most. And then I got these ones at the same store, and these were like £16 again. I don't know what happened to me that day. I just spent a lot in very few items, but I saw them and I was like, they're so pretty. I love them. They're a bit bigger than my size, but it's fine. They work, you know. I love the detail. It almost reminds me like a cowboy sort of thing. I don't know. I love it. And then the next thing I got was this dress. This dress was like £3 again at our charity shop. I know it gives like quinceañera vibes, but to me it gives like vintage vibes in my head, like almost like a Marilyn Monroe sort of thing. I don't know, in my head I have the vision, I know how to style it. It's this dress and it has like, again, I don't know the name in English, you're gonna have to forgive me, but this thing that makes the dress all puffy. So it's so puffy, it makes your body look so pretty because it's really tight in the top, and then the whole skirt goes almost like a princess sort of thing. Beautiful. So yeah, It's also like a very peculiar color for me, at least. I don't really own anything with these colors, so I'm excited to try that out. The next thing I got in the UK was this. This was a gift of my boyfriend, and it's another single. So now I have two singles. It's Burning Heart by Survivor from Rocky 4. So yeah, and then he also got me, and I'm so happy I own this now, he got me the soundtrack of The Sound of Music, because I love that movie. It's one of my all-time favorites. I mean, look at this cover. I just love this cover so much. It's so beautiful. Look at the beautiful Julie Andrews. So I'm really happy I own this. And then I got this at a charity shop as well, and this was £1, and it's called The Voice of Winston Churchill, and it's basically Winston Churchill's speeches. So yeah, as you may know, I'm a big fan of Winston Churchill, and this was just like, I needed to have it in my collection. Actually, I have a tote bag, which I bought this in the UK, but last year when I went to London, I based my whole trip around war. So I went to the Imperial War Museum, I went to the Churchill War Rooms and all of these things, and I got this at the Churchill War Rooms, the Churchill tote bag, and it says, "I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears and sweat." I love it. I use it all the time. And then I got a box set, a vinyl box set. It's called Remembering the 40s. It's really heavy, this. It contains 8 vinyls. This was, I believe, around £2. It was really cheap, and it also comes with an extra album for some reason. The design covers in these are just absolutely unreal. It's just amazing. I mean, we have some Churchill in there, and just these really vintage things about the UK wartime. It's so lovely. And then the other box set I got this for £1 at a charity shop, and it's the collector's edition box set of the unforgettable Glenn Miller. I love Glenn Miller. This one is just so amazing. I mean, I love the vinyls, I love the covers. It comes with so many things, with a book, with a certificate, with everything, and it's just lovely. I mean, I'm so happy I own this. The next thing I brought from the UK was a newspaper, but I brought it because I'm in it. How about that? Me in a British newspaper. There's me, and there's Liam. It kind of sucks that the photo is cropped. I don't know why they decided that. I feel like I could have done my whole dressing up better. I feel like right now I'm so much better at doing a vintage look, but it's fine. I'm just really happy I am in the British newspaper. And last but not least, I'm gonna show you the last thing I got in the UK. I love this. I am so in love with this. And it's this beautiful board game. This board game, it's from the 1940s. I mean, come on. This was £8. I got this as well at the military parade, at that event, that 40s event. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's in completely good shape. I love it. I played this with Liam a couple of times, and we had so much fun doing it. I always say that sometimes the best games, the most fun ones, are the simplest ones. So that's another reason why I love the vintage board games. They're just so easy to understand, so fast to play, and they're really fun. When I saw this, I immediately was like, I have to get it. I don't care how much it is. Luckily for me, it was not that expensive. Like I said, it was £8, which I think is just fine considering it's from the 40s and all of the pieces are there. Also, I lied. That was not the last thing I got. I mean, I have these photos. This is me with David Wayham, who plays Faramir in The Lord of the Rings. You know, I'm a huge fan of The Lord of the Rings, so I got to meet him. And I also have my photo over here with Dolph Lundgren, who plays Ivan Drago in the Rocky franchise. He was so tall. Look how tiny I look next to him. Come on. And yeah, I have like just more. This thingy, it's filled with just sort of like memory photos. I have some photo booth photos from Italy. Now this is the last thing I got in England, and I got this in Blackpool, and it's a cherub's clock, because I love cherubs. I just think they're so lovely, and I've been wanting a clock like this for a while, sort of like an antique looking, very extra clock. And when I saw this, I was like, yes, sure. This was £10, so it was perfect. And yeah, it's just two cute little cherubs on top of the clock. It's so lovely. And now for the things I got in Italy, I only got 4 things. I feel like I got more things, but either I don't know where they are or I'm hallucinating. But anyway, I did got one ring. I got a beautiful ring, but sadly on the way back when I was struggling with my suitcases, the ring broke. I didn't notice, so it got lost somewhere. So it's somewhere either in London or in Manchester or somewhere like that. Sucks, but yeah. I got this huge bag, and this is a great bag because it's really big. You can fit tons of things. I used this for LA, I used this for other trips, and it's been so wonderful. It has two designs, so it has this one. It has the Florence dome and this one which has basically all of Florence with David, and I just love it. It's so pretty. I believe this was like 10 euros. And then I got this bag, this tote bag from the Accademia, Galleria dell'Accademia, where David is in Florence again. This was probably expensive because it was an original one, original merch. I got it anyway because I wanted something for myself, like an original thing from there for myself. It was probably around 16 or 12 euros, between that. The next thing I got in Italy was this. I got this in Florence. I don't think I bought anything in Pisa, but yeah, I got these cherubs and they just sit there. I don't know where I'm gonna put them yet, but they just sit there and they're cute. I believe this was again like 10 euros probably. And last but not least, this was 14 euros, is this David. I got my dad an original one, but I got myself a fake one. So this is from a random souvenir shop on the street of Florence. But I loved it. I love that it says David in here and Florence on the other side. I think he looks awesome. I think he looks great. I think the size is amazing because my dad's original one was a bit smaller, and for the price it was okay. I've seen other Davids that are way more expensive and they don't really look like David. So yeah, I'm really excited to as well display this somewhere in my room. You're gonna have to excuse how I'm looking, the state of just me. Long story short, this is basically a video of everything I got while I was in England and in Italy, including the gifts I got for people. That's the part that I'm gonna begin with. Now, the thing is that this video is going to be recorded in multiple days. I literally just got off my flight a few hours ago. I just took a shower real quick and I did a very quick messy makeup. It took me 36 hours to get back home because the airlines were just a mess. And long story short, I'm really tired and I'm seeing these people that I'm gifting this to, which is mainly my family. I'm seeing them in a couple of hours, so I need to gift wrap all of these and give it to them. So this was my only chance to film these things that I got. So I'm gonna be showing you that right now, what I got for them, and on another day I'm gonna film everything I got for myself. So that's why this is just gonna have to be the way this is done. So the first thing I got was this beautiful teapot. I got this for my sister. I saw it and I was like, this has to be for her because she loves cats, and this was just so cute. I mean, two cats on a settee on a teapot. You can find these everywhere in the UK. It's really popular. Teapots in like the shape of things, you know, very extra. I was just like, I have to get it. I'm actually starting to collect this type of designs because it's very easy to find them over there, and it's also very cheap. And now I'm very terrible at doing this type of videos because I don't know what you're seeing. I don't know the angle of this, the exact frame, but hopefully this is correctly and you can see it up close. The second thing I got was also for my sister. I guess I'm gonna show first everything I got for her, and it's another teapot. Another teapot that I saw because it had a cat and I just felt like this was such a cute design. It's just perfect. So there's nothing much to say. I'm gonna like show it to you up close. Next thing I got for her, this was in Italy, and I went to Florence, and the thing is that in Florence it's sort of like the birth of Pinocchio. The guy that wrote Pinocchio is from Florence, so they have the Pinocchio museum and they have the Pinocchio store, and it's just full of Pinocchio stuff. And she loves posters, and I just thought like the artwork, which is the original artwork of the Pinocchio story, it was just simply beautiful. And so I decided to got her this poster. I really hope you're able to see the whole thing. I'm not really sure, but it's just Pinocchio when he's getting sort of like seduced to, well, basically go drink. Now from Italy, I also got her 2 chocolates. Lindt chocolate is just, you can't find it in Mexico, and my boyfriend always says it's like the best chocolate ever, and it is. It's a pretty rich chocolate. I've never tasted anything like this in my life, and so I brought her one of these, and just a typical white chocolate from CONTACTO, which is just the regular supermarket in Italy. Pretty cheap, this one, but it was just for her to try because I don't really see white chocolate on a bar here in Mexico, and also like a really cheap, so I just got it. The other thing I got for her in Italy was this. This is still a wrap, and it's just a bust saying Florence in here, and obviously it's a bust of David because I went to see the statue of David, and it was just my sister really loved this sort of classical art, so as well as me. I mean, my dream has always been to visit David, and if you follow me on my Instagram, my boyfriend, he bought for me this trip to Italy as a surprise so I could go and see David for my birthday, which is just, it made my heart melt. He's the best boyfriend ever. But yeah, I got her this bust. I don't know, again, I really hope you're seeing it correctly in there. And then I got her a couple of more things in England. I got her these tiny owl figure. The reason I got her this, it was because she loves to have things on her desk, and I thought these would look really cute. And also it was a charity store, but only for owls, and they had some really cute owls in there. This company, I guess what they do, the organization, sorry, is that they rescue owls and they give them treatment and stuff, so I just thought it was for a good cause, and it was a really pretty owl, so I got her that. And the last things I got for her in England was a lot of vinyls. Now my sister, she's a big fan of classical music, and she's just starting to get into vinyls. As you may know, I have a collection of vinyls. I have over 300 vinyls, so yeah, it's been a collection that I've been doing for years, and she's sort of like only starting to get into that sort of thing, into vinyls, so I thought, you know, this is just great for her. So I got her the best of Beethoven. This is amazing because it's just like, I mean, the very best of him. And then I also got her the best of Tchaikovsky, which is her favorite. I'm lying. I don't know why I said that, I confused it. It's not her favorite, but she likes them, so yeah, really pretty as well. Then I got her the best of Strauss, and I got her the best of Mozart. As you can tell, these all belong to sort of like the same collection, so I thought like I might as well just get them all, or at least all of the ones that were at that shop. Now, this is her favorite piece of classical music, so I got it for her, and it's Vivaldi's The Four Seasons. This is her all-time favorite. She loves Vivaldi, so she's gonna love this. I got another one of Tchaikovsky, and it's Romeo and Juliet and the Nutcracker. I mainly got it because of the Nutcracker, because it's just such an iconic piece. Next, I got her The Swan Lake by Tchaikovsky as well. This is not the whole thing, it's just selections from the Swan Lake. I really wish I could keep these vinyls, but I'm giving them to her. And last but not least, I got her Chopin Masterpieces. Again, it's just sort of like a selection of him. I couldn't find the record that was in the other style, you know, the best stuff, but I found this, and so that's what I got her. Next, I'm gonna show what I got for my dad. Now, my dad, in my family, we're all very huge fans of playing games. Every Friday night, we play board games, especially card games. We are a little bit addicted. My dad also collects playing cards, and he also collects tequila shot glasses. So I basically got him that. I got this one, which is just like from the flag of the UK. It comes in a nice little tin that you can use afterwards. Very pretty. I got him two that don't come in a tin. We tend to get two of each design because we're so many in the family that we need 2 decks of cards for games. Then I decided to get him 2 from the museum where I saw David, the Galleria de la Academia. So the one has the birth of Venus and the other one has David, and they're really pretty. And then I just got him regular cards from Italy, from Tuscany, Florence, because they were like 3, 4, 5 euros or something like that. So I just got him 3 decks of cards. Next, I got him a David statue. I got this originally from the museum, so it has a certificate of authenticity and everything. Really, really fancy. It has like sort of like the description of what it is. The box got so messed up because the day I bought this at the museum, I had to walk an hour uphill to get to my Airbnb, and it was raining and the rain got into the bag and it was just horrible, so it got a bit messed up, but the statue inside is fine. Now obviously I got him some shot glasses, and I got him this one that is just says Italia, and it's so pretty. This is like a 3D thingy. It's very, very pretty. The design is beautiful. And I got him a second one because I went to Florence, but I also went to Pisa, and so I got him this, Pisa, Italy, and it has the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and I love it because it's actually leaning. So pretty smart shot glass. Now I'm gonna show you what I got from my aunt. Now my aunt, she's like a huge fan of souvenirs, so she gave me money and she's like, get me whatever you want. And I love to do that. I love going on those little missions where it's like, what would this person like? So I'm gonna show you what I got her. So the first thing I got her was this little tram from Blackpool. Now I love Blackpool, and if you've ever been to Blackpool, you know that the trams that go on the piers, I forgot how to call it now, promenade, you know that these trams are quite iconic, so I just got her a little figure of that. And from Blackpool as well, I just got her a little snow globe from the Blackpool Tower because it's also quite iconic, and it just says Blackpool 518 feet high, and it just has the tower on it. Pretty cute. The other thing I got from Blackpool was this. Now again, if you know anything about Blackpool, you know that the rock candy is a huge thing over there, and so I got her this one that has her name literally in the rock candy. So this one is specifically for her, but I also got a lot of rock candy for my family so they could try it. Then I got her this, which she specifically requested. She's sort of into the royal family. She's not a fan of King Charles, I mean, who is? But she thought obviously the coronation was sort of like a big history thing to, I guess, witness. Sorry, I can't think in English. To witness. So she asked me for 2 commemorative coins of the coronation of Prince Charles. I mean, King Charles now. So that's just the design of them. Hopefully you can see them correctly. So I just got her those 2, but my mother-in-law, she was such a nice person, and she gave me this coin, which is from the first batch, and it hasn't been in circulation, right, of the first batch that has, like, this is an actual coin of 50 pence, 50p, with the face of King Charles, because you know they had to change the money, that it had the face of the Queen Elizabeth, and now it's the King Charles. So this was from the first one, so I'm gonna give that to her. She's gonna be well happy about this. Now I also got her this pin that says "Lest we forget," and it's, you know, for all the soldiers that gave their life in both World War I and World War II. You know, I'm like very into that. I completely forgot, but I got her one more thing in Blackpool, and it's this. It's basically shells from Blackpool, and they come in a little basket. Really pretty. I collected some shells in Blackpool actually, but I thought this was the perfect thing. The next thing I got her is this. I'm not taking the plastic off, obviously. It's a teapot, and it's of a telephone booth, a phone booth. Last year I got her one of the Big Ben, and this time I thought of a phone booth. Like I said, teapots in the shape of things, it's very common in the UK for some reason, so I just got her that. The other thing I got for her was this model of London. It has all of the iconic places. It has a double-decker bus, phone booth, Big Ben, the London Eye, just everything. It's perfect. Beautiful. Hopefully you're seeing it. It's very pretty. Next thing I got for her, this was from Liverpool, and it's a miniature replica of the Titanic. As you may know, the Titanic is a ship that actually belongs to Liverpool. That's its home. I just think like this, it's gonna look amazing on display. It's such a pretty model. I wish I would have had this for me. I got this from the Marine, I don't know how to say it in English, Maritimo Museum that it's in Albert Dock. Next I got her this. Now this is just a box which is really hard to open, so yeah, I won't be able to open it, but this box is from 1943 and it's an original from World War II. This box, it has percussion caps, and this is, soldiers used to have these ones, and inside it was the thing that they would put on mines, on ground mines, to detonate them. So they used to carry loads of these ones, and this is an original one. So yeah, some soldier in World War II carried this full of percussion caps to detonate landmines. So a nice piece of history. Next thing I got for her was this, the famous Monarchs of England card game. It's a card game and it has all of the monarchs of England. I've read the instructions and it looks pretty interesting. It even gives you like all of the years of everything. So there's Elizabeth II, George VI, Edward VIII, and it's just basically all of them up until the first one. Like I said, she's sort of into these kinds of things, so I thought it was the perfect combination, monarchs of England and playing cards. So it was perfect. Next thing I got for her, it was, now one of these ones is for me and the other one is for her, but I still haven't decided which one is for me and which one is for her. They're replicas of newspapers from the war. This one is of Dunkirk, so this is the one that came out when Dunkirk happened. The title for this is Tens of Thousands Safely Home Already. This was for the rescue, so pretty iconic. And the other one I got was for Victory in Europe. I mean, pretty iconic. This is for VE Day, and the title on this is VE Day. This is when England won the war. So pretty iconic. They look amazing. The next thing I got, one of these is for a cousin and the other one is for my aunt, and I got this from York. Now if you don't know, York is very famous for, it's supposed to be the most haunted town in the world, so everything revolves around witches and ghosts and supernatural things in there. And there's this really popular shop called the York Ghost Merchants. They basically do tiny ghost sculptures, hand painted. Every single ghost is unique. It's just a really pretty place. You're probably gonna see it in one of my vlogs because I did vlogged it, and I got 2 tiny ghosts, one for my cousin, one for my aunt. I'll show you. It's really cute, the box. It's so pretty. The design is just beautiful. They're both pretty similar, so I'm just gonna show one of them, which is the one from my aunt. So this is how it looks, the tiny ghost. Hopefully you can see it there. It's hand painted and it's sort of like marble. I'm not really sure how to describe it, but it's like marble. And I got a big one. The box got a little bit bitten up on my suitcase. This is for my cousin. Hers, it comes wrapped in a beautiful map of York, and hers is a phantom, which is exactly the one I have. I bought one for myself last year that I went to York, and it's just like this. It's just a white one and it's crying. These are special edition and they're not on display. You need to know some tips and tricks to get them, but yeah, I was able to get it. I have one exactly the same, but yeah, this is for my cousin. And last but not least on all of this huge haul, it's for my grandma, and I just got her a little keyring with everything from the UK. A pound, the Big Ben, the UK flag, and a double-decker bus. She loves keychains, keyrings, so I just got her this tiny something. But anyway, I think that's it. Like I said, this is not everything. Some of the best things I got, I show them on other videos when I bought them. Go check that out, because I got some pretty cool movie stuff, some pretty cool old vintage beauty stuff, so definitely give that a watch. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't that boring. Once again, I'm sorry for the background. I just like the quality overall, but doing the best I can. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time in another video. Bye!